Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. This morning in my kitchen, I'm gonna be trying a recipe with a new pan that Old Country Kitchenware sent me. It's a square pan. I have cut a square piece of parchment and put that in the bottom after I washed it. And what we're gonna do is start out by putting your oven on 300 degrees to preheat. That's what we're gonna bake this cake on for 2.5 hours. I wanna spray this with some cooking spray very well, so that the cake doesn't stick and it comes out easily. And you're gonna put a pan, I'm gonna put a pan on the bottom rack underneath this since it's 2 pieces in case there's any kind of leakage. And I'm gonna put just a little bit of flour. I'm using white lily flour. The recipe specifically calls for white lily flour, so that's what I'm using. Let me just shake this around in the pan. And we'll set that to the side. Now, I have never baked this cake before, so this is a new one on you and me. It sounded really good. What I'm gonna do first is cream the butter and the sugar. And this recipe is cream cheese pound cake. And there's an option for a caramel glaze. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it or not, we'll see. We're gonna use 1 pound, 4 sticks of butter at room temperature. So let's put those in the mixer. And look, I hope my mixer's big enough to hold all this. It has 10 eggs in it. There's 1. And 2. I am assuming, since this cake has a pound of butter in it, that's kind of probably where the name pound cake came from, with the pound of butter. We're going to do that and 4 cups of white granulated sugar. There's 4. Now we're going to cream that. While that's creaming, I'm going to get together my dry ingredients, and I'm also going to crack my eggs. And there are 10 eggs, 10 large eggs. Okay, let's make this a trash bowl. Okay. Now I'm going to be adding in 1 egg at a time and mixing well after each. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up I've had 2 8-ounce packages at room temperature of cream cheese and just have that ready to go in when it's time. while this is creaming, I'm gonna measure out 4.5 cups of white lily all-purpose flour and put that in a bowl. One teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna scrape the sides down. And next I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of flour of the dry ingredients, the flour and the salt. The cream cheese and the vanilla extract. Then I'm going to add the rest of the flour, just 1/2 cup at a time. Want to mix that well, because this is going to be a full batter in this bowl. I'm hoping we're going to have room in this bowl for the whole recipe. I think we will, but it's going to be full, full, full. I'm going to just let that blend and get good and mixed in. I'm going to add some vanilla, about a tablespoon. I'm going to use vanilla bean paste. You can use vanilla extract. I'm going to eyeball mine. And if you wanted to, you could put lemon in here or coconut extract, almond extract. The recipe only calls for vanilla. While that's mixing, I'm going to get my pan ready. And I'm just going to put a cookie pan on the bottom of the, underneath on the second rack. Since this cake pan is 2 pieces, if anything seeps out, it'll catch it. Okay, let's put all this together. Okay. Get all the batter that you can off of these. And we're going to pour the batter into the pan. This is a great pound cake recipe to make for a big crowd, because this makes a big pound cake, a very high. Matter of fact, the recipe's called Mile High Cream Cheese Pound Cake. Okay, this is going to go into a 300-degree oven for 2.5 hours. And you can check it for doneness by putting a stick in it and make sure it comes out. But that is how we're doing Mile High Cream Cheese Pound Cake in my kitchen today. Give this one a try. I'll be back to show you the glaze, and we'll see you soon. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, we are back to do the soft caramel or caramel, however you say that. I'm going to turn this on low. And the directions say, this is for the pound cake. The directions say to put the butter, the water, and the sugar into the pot and bring it all to melting. Then add the sweetened condensed milk and bring it to a boil. Let it boil for 10 minutes and then cool completely. And after it's completely cooled, it'll thicken and you pour it over top of the cake. That's what the directions say. So we're going to start with the butter. Let me get a spoon. And a half a cup of water. And 2 cups of white granulated sugar. And we are going to let that melt, and I'm going to stir it some. And we'll go ahead and open up my 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. We'll have that ready to go in. I have never been real gifted at like the frostings or icings or glazes that you cook. I really have never had that great of luck with them, so I'm hoping this one will turn out. But the cake is smelling yummy. It's got about 30 more minutes to bake, and then we'll let it cool. What kind of cakes do y'all like to bake? And do you have recipes for sauces that you cook on the stove for those? Would love to know. You can put that under the comments under this video and share your knowledge. Almost there. We want that butter to melt. And we'll cut this up to between medium and high. I mean, between low and medium, sorry. I love the way a pound cake makes the house smell while it's baking. Okay, butter is melted. So in we go with the can of sweetened condensed milk, and we want to bring it to a boil. Give it a stir and bring it to a boil. Okay, we've got a little boil over there. I'm gonna cut it back down to low. I'm gonna let it boil for 10 minutes without stirring. And then we'll let that cool completely so it'll be ready to go on the cake. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Stay tuned. The cake is out and starting to cool. I'm probably turning it out a little bit premature, but I'm gonna give it a try here. I have my icing ready and it's on the stove. The Mile High cream cheese pound cake. Let's see how it looks, y'all. It's heavy. It's a heavy cake. Oh yes. Awesome. All right, let's get this part off too. Looking good, looking good. Okay, I'm gonna flip it back over onto my cake taker. Woo! That's a good looking cake right there, y'all. That is a good looking cake. All right, let me make some room here. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Check it out. Smells wonderful. Okay, now this caramel, I did stir it. I didn't just let it sit for 10 minutes boiling because I saw that it was starting to stick, and it's really sweet. So I don't want all of it on here. That's up to you. I'm just gonna drizzle this onto the cake. I don't think my family would like it covered in this, like with all of this. I think it'd be too sweet for them. So I'm just gonna drizzle. And I'm not gonna use all of this. It's super, super sweet. I've tasted it. That looks about like I like it. Okay, let's give her a taste. Never made a square pound cake before until now. Okay, let me get a knife. Let's see how it looks on the inside. This is a Mile High. I just want a little piece here. Yum, no sad streaks. All right, here we go. Moist with that chewy top. Okay, I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. I can't wait to see how my family likes it. I'm gonna cut some of this up when it cools completely, take some to my parents, maybe to my son, and share it. Cause this is a big cake. Like, share, and comment. Have a wonderful day. Mile High Pancake, y'all.